Hi everyone. Thank you for joining me in this podcast. This is Jair Orcales, your host. Again, our vision for this podcast is to simply inspire the next generation to become exceptional leaders in their field as they fulfill their purpose in life and advance the kingdom. For the first episode, let's dive into the topic of the power of self-management in leadership. When we talk about leadership or think of a highly effective person, what picture do we see in our minds? Maybe some would say, I see a person who is very courageous and bold, who knows exactly what they want in life and is relentlessly pursuing their dreams. Others would say, I see a very well-dressed person in a corporate building with a very charismatic personality who is intelligent, articulate, and organized. Yes, we may attribute some of these traits and qualities to an effective person or a leader. But on the other hand, these are not the main pursuits of a leader. In fact, the things I mentioned are only the byproducts of an effective person. So what does a leader pursue instead? Self-management. You heard me right. Effective people are self-managers, meaning they do not need an outward policing for them to do what they need to do. Why? Because they do what they need to do in order to get what they want out of what they're doing. It is as simple as that. That is why an effective person is usually automatically perceived as a leader, when in fact they are just like you and me, regular people who made a decision to be effective at what they do in order to achieve their desired results. Let me put it this way. A self-manager is a person who effectively regulates their thoughts, emotions, and behaviors in a productive way that helps them achieve their desired results. That is why a self-manager is one of the best employees a company can hire. Because self-managers are people who are constantly trying to improve their way of doing things. They try their best to find ways to be as effective as possible in the most efficient way. Self-managers are also the types of employees or team members who need less supervision and managers. Although they may require clear-cut goals, detailed instructions, and enough room to work, but guaranteed, a self-manager will get the job done. Now that we clearly see that self-management is essential for personal growth and leadership development, I believe we should begin to practice what a self-manager would practice. And those are, number 1, effective time management. Number 2, self-motivation. Number 3, managing stress. Number 4, making informed decisions. And number 5, aligning to goals. When we do these 5 things, we create an environment conducive to productivity, growth, and achievement. If you would like to know more about this podcast, I've written a blog about it, so make sure to check that out. Thanks again for joining me for this first episode of Leadership Podcast with Jair Orcales. If this has added any value to you and your team, then be sure to like, share, and consider subscribing to our channel. Thanks again, and I'll see you around.